What's up, Facebook friends and family? It is, oh my gosh, what even is today? Is it Monday? Yes, it's Monday. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mamas out there. I have a lot of mom friends on here, so I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. Let me know what the best thing that you did was. Was it I don't know, did your kids give you like a little spa treatment? Did you go for a walk? Like, what did you do? I know that options are limited, but I'd love to know. When you hop on, say hi. If you watch my replay, hello, and go ahead and give me a hashtag replay or a hashtag missed you so I can see who is taking their time to hang out with me. I always love to shout you out. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Chelsea. All right, you guys. Today we are going to be talking about a topic relevant to online business owners, anyone who is marketing a business on social media. So whether or not the business is you, branding you and you're an influencer, or whether or not you have a network marketing business or a brick and mortar that you now find yourself needing to market online. I'm going to tell you about something that's super foundational for you to be successful in business and in life, really, and that is finding your unique voice. Your voice. But before we get into that, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Ashley Samadani, and I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I'm out here in California, staying up in the house for the last couple of months, as I know most of you are too. And what I do is a couple of different things, but pretty much if I could sum up what it is that I do these days is I teach other female online entrepreneurs how to intentionally grow their influence with the intent to create impact, okay? And so I show them how to do that in a really intentional way, how to build a framework around that that's searchable for some of them that are ready to start blogs, and really just how to have that secret sauce, which I truly believe is being able to have influence, okay? If you have influence and it's authentic and it's, truly of you, then it really doesn't matter what it is that you're selling, whether it be an opportunity or a product or anything, you're going to be successful at it because you're going to have that X factor, right? And so one of the really key things in creating influence and creating a really strong standout brand in a crowded, noisy online space is having your unique, authentic voice. And let me go ahead and see if some people are hopping on. Jean, Angie, yay! All right, awesome. For those of you who are not already in my free Facebook community, if this is up your alley and you're like, ooh, yes. If you didn't say, ooh, yes, then you're probably not going to be interested in this live at all. You're welcome to hang out. But if that is for you, make sure you're in my free Facebook community. It's linked up above. It's Elevate Academy. We talk about this kind of content all the time, and there's a really exciting intentional influencer 3-day boot camp that's going to be going down in just a couple of weeks. And so if you would like to be a part of that and this kind of content is up your alley, definitely make sure that you're in that group. Okay, so what is voice? What is it? What is voice? When I say voice, what do I mean? Well, really, that's basically just your unique style of communicating in this space. So whether you're a blogger, whether you are a social media marketer, whether you're doing live videos, it's your unique way of communicating that differentiates you from everybody else, right? You can probably already tell why that's pretty important. You probably have heard the phrase before, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So this is essentially your vibe, right? If you are only writing, you really better, communicate your vibe through your voice and your writing, and the same goes for how it is that you speak even on a video. So this can apply across the board. So we're going to talk about kind of what is voice, why is it so important, and then I'm going to share a super simple, so mind-numbingly simple way of how you can find and develop your unique voice, and that's really going to push you and your influence to that next level. And so this is really worth taking the time to think about, noodle through, and if you feel like, I don't really know if I have my own unique voice, that's okay. I'm here to help you. Okay, so I'm looking at my notes because actually I was just about, or I am at 5 o'clock, I'm going to hop on a one-on-one coaching call with a gal who is, she's not in my company, but she is a blogger. She's partnered with another, social marketing company. And so we're going to talk about her social media strategy. And so I was jotting down some notes and I thought, you know what, I'm going to hop on and just share this with more of you because I think it's so foundational. Before we can talk about a posting strategy, we have to figure out who are you? Who are you showing up as on social media? And spoiler alert, it needs to be authentically you. It can't be copy and pasted posts, right? Okay, so why are we going to be talking about this? So first of all, when you first start a blog, and I'm working right now, I have a signature program called the Influence, Impact, and Income Academy, and it's a 12-week program where I teach other female online entrepreneurs how to actually build out a framework that's searchable and scalable for their influence in the same exact way that I have. And I credit that, and I credit the things I'm teaching you and that I teach in Elevate Academy with any success that I have been able to create in the online space. And now I intentionally teach other people how to do that, and it's so much fun. It lights me up, getting to help other people to have a way to communicate the message on their heart and kind of give that an infrastructure. Oh, I love, love, love it. Okay, so when you're starting a blog or when you're starting a business or when you partner with a company, your temptation, trust me, if you haven't experienced this, you will. If you're going into a new endeavor, your temptation is going to be like to look around and kind of do a little bit of like imitating almost, right? Or just blending in because you're worried about maybe what other people think, or you're like, oh, like, is my style good enough? Or is is the way that I want to present things, I'm new to this, and this person does it this way, and this person shows up this way. And so the temptation is going to be to kind of conform and blend into everyone around you. But I'm telling you, don't do that. I have done it, stepping into new zones and trying to copy someone else's mojo or, imitate. It doesn't work. They can either see through that from a mile away, or what's even worse is if you show up not in your authentic voice and not as authentically you, and you're attracting people to you with that, at some point they're going to see on the other side of that it wasn't real. You can't hold up to the way that you presented yourself and the way that you marketed yourself. So don't conform, don't try to blend in. What's the phrase? I wrote this down because I had heard it the other day and it's perfect. What blends in gets forgotten. What stands out gets remembered. What blends in gets forgotten. What stands out gets remembered. And being remembered is literally like the lifeblood of you being successful in the online space. There is a lot of people. Think about your company. If you're partnered with a social retail or network marketing company, think about your company. There's like at least tens of thousands probably, if not hundreds of thousands of other people, marketing the same products and the same opportunity. You have got to be memorable. You've got to stand out, and you have to stand out for you and your message and your voice, because people aren't going to remember the products that you're talking about. People aren't going to remember any of that kind of stuff. They're going to remember you and the way you show up and the way you make them feel and the voice that you have in the online space. What are you adding? This is so important. I can't even stress it enough. So here's the thing. You can literally pivot and you can adapt whatever it is that you need to as far as your content. You can start doing live videos. You can start doing blog posts. You can start doing YouTube videos. You can start doing TikToks. You can start, creating different types of content and pivoting and shifting that way. And even the type of products you're talking about. I've gone from mom blogging to a makeup and cosmetics company to health and wellness to coaching and course creation. And throughout all of that, that's a lot of different pivots. But the one thing that hasn't changed for more than like a couple of days when I got off track would be my voice. The voice that I show up with online, on social media, and it's mine, right? And this is why I'm super sensitive when I see like a post get ripped off or something. I'm like, no, that's my voice. I feel that it's so important for all of us as online entrepreneurs to be able to maintain the integrity and authenticity of our voice, because that's our brand. That is what people remember. And so if someone else is going out there and imitating that and like word for word copying, and this is what I teach my team too. A lot of times you'll see like copy and pasted posts, and we're always like, no. No, you have to have it be your voice. And there's ways to have similar posts and change your voice, but that's a whole nother discussion for kind of a whole different topic. But you can adapt your content You can adapt what it is that you're sharing about, but never adapt your personality, right? If you're more of like an introverted person, okay? If you're laid back, you're chill, okay? I've had people tell me before, like, you're too chill on video. You need to like 10x your personality. I'm like, well, do I though? Because that to me feels inauthentic and fake. I'm actually not that person. I'm not a 10x person. Like, that's just not my personality. And what I want you to hear from that is, if you show up as yourself, you will attract the right people to you. And if someone sees how you're showing up and reads how you're showing up and they don't resonate, then you're not meant to serve that person, right? So maybe you're kind of goofy, right? I'm kind of goofy. I like wearing onion goggles in my Instagram and Facebook stories sometimes. Maybe you're goofy. Maybe you're maybe you're a little crass. I don't know, but that's okay and that's good. Showing up and delivering your content in that style that's authentically you is what's going to be attractive. It's what's going to make you stand out for your people that you're meant to serve, that you're meant to work with, who are meant to be your clients, who are meant to be your business partners. That's going to attract those people. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Angie. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. She wrote down the quote. Awesome, Angie. Okay, so that's actually, you being you is refreshing. And I've gone through periods too where, especially so for me, when I kind of got into the network marketing and then social retail space, I was like, what? Like, what do you even do here? I came from a blogging background and I got into this. And so I started looking at like top leaders and like, okay, that's totally not my style, but that's like how you're supposed to show up to be successful. No. And I would experiment. I'm like, well, I'm going to show up a little bit this way. And it didn't feel right. I'm like, nope, going back to my, Ashley's style. Just stick with your own unique voice, because you can't be, here, I got another quote for you. I wrote down this one too, because this was so good. This is from Judy Garland. She said, always be a first-rate version of yourself and not a second-rate version of someone else. If you're imitating someone else's mojo and you're like, oh, that person's successful, so I better have, this mojo going on, you're always going to be a second-rate version of someone else, and people they'll see through that. And if they don't see through it right away, they will eventually. Have you ever been in that situation where you know of someone online and then you meet them in person and you're like, wah, wah, well, that was disappointing. I would literally hate to be in that situation, right? So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. You don't want to put anyone else in that situation. You want to use your unique voice and attract the tribe that's meant for you because of that, okay? So how is it that you find your voice? Like, what is the secret to finding your voice, okay? And so I'm going to give you like literally some practical suggestions for this, because this is like my favorite, I think it's my favorite topic. It's basically delivering your message authentically, right? Because you doing that is going to be so much more impactful than you seeing someone else's post and getting inspired and then copying and pasting and tweaking a few words, right? I've had that done to my post. I'm like, that's my story. That's not your story. Like, tell your own story, okay? So that leads me to, how do you find your voice? Well, the best thing that you can do is to listen to yourself, to listen to your thoughts, listen to the way that you think, that you truly think, listen to the way that you speak. So when you're having a conversation with your teammates, when you're having a conversation with your friends, when you're having a conversation on a work call, when you get really passionate about something, how is it that you actually speak? What phrases do you use? What stories do you tell? What stories do you think about in your head? Like, how is it that you actually communicate? What are your quirks? What are those, like, I think I said this, but kind of your catchphrases? Like, how is it that you speak? Are you kind of goofy? Are you, what? Listen to yourself and then communicate that way. And if you write a post, so I have a couple of practical suggestions for this. So if you go to write a post or you go to write a blog post, and granted, I could always be better at this, but this is literally what I do. Go to write a blog post, go to write a training, I literally take notes on my lives. Read through it out loud. So read through it out loud. And if you're like, that doesn't even sound like me, then go back and rework it. It's not your voice, okay? You've gotten that from somewhere, right? And you don't want it, you want it to be so authentically you. One way that you can do this, and this is kind of a weird way, I see some friends hopping on. Hi, Chantal. Hi, Colleen. All right, so one way that you can do this, I will take my phone. So I'll take my phone and I'll go to the notes section, okay? I go to the notes section and then I press the little speaker button, which will do voice to text. So if I'm like I'm thinking about something and I get an idea, I do this all the time. I have swipe files for tons of posts and trainings and courses and all kinds of things. I will literally speak into my phone, and it kind of looks jumbled at first, but I'll speak the way that I really am thinking it. That way, when I go to write the post, I just have to change up some of the formatting and the grammatical stuff, but it's coming from my heart. It is literally my voice going into words. So if you struggle with finding your voice, I suggest that you do something like that. Or if you're comfortable, you can record yourself. So record yourself speaking, listen back. You can record yourself reading a post or just sharing what it is you want to share. And if it sounds like a robot or it sounds just super weird, then don't share that. Go back and rework it until it sounds like your authentic voice, okay? So that's really my suggestion. I know that that's super simple, but really finding your voice is as simple as you owning your own personality, right? Like, take your personality, take your voice, take the way that you speak, the things you say, the personality that you have, and then just show up like that. That's what people will remember, okay? If you are trying to be someone else, blend in with everybody else, do things the same old way, that's not going to be remembered. What's going to be remembered is you and your authenticity and your unique voice, and people will come back for more. The right people will come back for more. What is it that you want to add to the conversation in your niche? Or is it niche? Niche or niche? Or niche? I really don't know. But what do you want to add to the conversation, okay, in the online space? I don't care what you're selling, what opportunity, what products, what berry from, Transylvania that you're selling. What is it that you want to add to the online space as far as your message, and how are you going to communicate that? So I hope that was helpful. Definitely dial that in before you even want to get into like a posting strategy, a marketing strategy, really dialing in your branding and like all of these things that, yes, they're important also, especially when you want to scale and add multiple streams of income through your brand. Those are important. Those are things we're going to talk about in the Intentional Influencer 3-day bootcamp. Again, if you're not in my free Facebook group, Elevate Academy, make sure that you get in there. But you guys, I just want you to be yourselves. I want you to feel the freedom and the power that comes with just unleashing your authenticity and using your voice. Don't be scared of it. Don't feel like you're not cool enough or you're not, this enough or that enough. You are enough. You were given everything that you need that's within you. All that, I heard this the other day from oh my gosh, where was it? Now I'm blanking. Someone that's very much smarter than me said, all that's required is all that you are, right? All that's required is all that you are. So just show up as that authentically, and I promise you're going to find success and you are going to create the impact that you were made to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.